Let's call it a Hydrox Redux. This is Adam Najberg of the Wall Street Journal. I'm here today with my colleague, the Wall Street Journal's resident cookie expert. That's Christopher Rhoads. He just wrote a story about Hydrox and how they're making a comeback. Chris, thanks for being here. We're both children of the 80s, but can you tell me, I can't for the life of me, they both look like black cookies with cream. What's the difference between a Hydrox and an Oreo?
That's right. They look very similar. They obviously the same type of cookie, but those who are fans of the Hydrox will say that Hydrox are generally crisper and hold up better in milk, and maybe a little less sweet than the Oreo. There's also a whole contingent of people who feel like to choose a Hydrox means something much more than just taste. Preference about taste. It says something about your personality, your identity, and so forth.
So it's not just the poor man's Oreo, it's a way of life, going Hydrox.
Right. I think it's they look at it as maybe a declaration of identity, similar to Coke versus Pepsi, or cat people and dog people, or Beatles and Rolling Stones. It says something about who you are, and I think people I was talking with about it, they tend to say that they felt that they were more nonconformist, not susceptible to big marketing campaigns, and don't always go with the flow. That seemed to be the common elements.
But speaking, as you just did, of marketing here, they essentially resuscitated this cookie. They brought it back to life. So I think there's probably a serious message here. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but how do you bring a cookie like this back to life?
Well, when I started looking at this about back in January, I stumbled across this a fan website for Hydrox fans, and I assumed that they were old posts and old chatter from years ago, but in fact they were from that day, and there were a number of posts within minutes or hours of my looking at it, and so it was clear that this community was very much alive and well, and very much missing Hydrox. And it turned out that they had started a petition, an online petition, and they ultimately got more than 1,000 signatures. They also emailed Kellogg, the maker of Hydrox, and numerous times, and then Kellogg received more than 1,300 phone calls. And the interesting thing is that a lot of people didn't realize that they were actually officially gone. They just had thought that they were harder to find, and then when they learned that, then it seemed to get things rolling.
Well, you said earlier that Hydrox, people believe Hydrox are crisper. I see you brought some props, and it looks like you brought enough for everyone here. So,
at least for us.
do you mind if we do the milk test?
Sure,
to see if it works?
Let's give it a go. So these are Hydrox.
Okay.
And these are Oreo.
Any special technique, or should we just be dunking?
I think holding so you can get a good bit of it under.
Okay.
Be the way to go.
Let's do it.
So full dunk.
Full dunk, and then you just go ahead and take a bite. I'll bet they both taste good.
They do.
For the Wall Street Journal, this is Adam Najberg.